Onslaught is one of the best events for me, because there are lots of rewards and benefits that we can get, one of which is lots of credits. This is the amount of my credit when this event just started, and this is the credit I have collected so far, where this event has only been running for 4 weeks when this video was made, and there are still more than 2 weeks left before this event ends. Apart from that, I can also get thousands of bonds, and according to my calculations I will get more than 4,000 bonds before this event ends, and that's based on my playing time. And then with this bond I will buy this tank, but I plan to buy it at the end of the event. Maybe my rank will increase at that time and I can get a discount. And just for your information, this is a premium tank which will give you more experience and more credits for each battle and also free crew transfers. And more importantly, the main reward is equipment of improved quality, which if bought costs 6,000 bonds, and the effect is certainly much better than standard equipment, and this is free as long as we can complete all the missions. And I will give you some information, tips and tricks about this event. And if you are a free player like me, I'm sure this will help you. Because I saw in several groups there were several people who complained and there were even some who didn't want to play this mode. Previously, I will explain several things about this event for beginner players who have not participated in this event at all. So until now this event can only be participated in if you have at least one tier 10 tank. But don't worry, because you will also be rented 3 tanks of different types and countries, so you can use these tanks for this mode, and my advice is that you should play all the tanks to train the crew. This is also an advantage for free players, because even though this tank is a rental, the crew will be yours and you can transfer it to another tank. Next, about weekly missions. Even though this mission has a period of 1 week, I suggest you don't delay it. What I mean is, as you can see, there are 5 missions that must be completed one by one, and the reward for the first mission is 1 day of premium account. And I think we all know the advantages of a premium account, and the most important thing is more credits. And when we activate the booster, of course we will also get more bonuses from the benefits of the premium account. So after getting the first reward from the weekly mission, namely 1 day premium account, use that opportunity to complete all the missions to completion. Usually I only need about 2 hours to complete everything. Sometimes I play 2 hours straight, and sometimes play an hour after getting the first reward, then play again the next day 1 hour before the premium account runs out. And after the premium account runs out I won't play again until the weekly mission is reset. Then after the weekly mission is reset I will look for a day where I can play more freely and in a good mood, and take advantage of the time to play as much as possible when I get a premium account from the reward. That's what I do as long as this event lasts. We will discuss knowledge and tips about fighting at the end of the video, so for old players who see this video, don't comment before you see all the contents of the video, because it's like someone who only reads the title and a few sentences of a book, then talks a lot as if he already knows everything in the book, and they think as if they are smart and knowledgeable, when in fact those comments prove that they are the opposite of that. So this is my second battle report this season. If you see, I forgot to activate the booster, and that's quite bad, because if there was no bonus from completing the mission then my credit would definitely be minus now. So I hope you don't forget to activate the booster before entering the battle, because in this mode you can't activate the booster in battle like other battles, and I hope you save your booster for events like this. In several other events the results of the battle have no effect on the daily mission, and fortunately we can complete daily missions from this battle mode, both standard and premium, so you don't need to worry about daily missions. In fact, some daily missions can be completed more quickly in this mode. You can see from this report where I got 35 bonds, and 30 of those bonds were rewards from daily missions, and I also got 50,000 additional credits, and that was from completed premium daily missions. To complete all the weekly missions I don't think it needs to be explained in detail, because we can read it clearly, and for those who still don't know about prestige points, they are almost the same as experience points, even though the calculation method is a little different, and you will definitely get them in every battle, so you just need to enter the battle and try to do your best to get more prestige points. And before discussing fighting methods and tips, I will first show the number of credits I get per week from this event. This is my first battle footage of the first week, and here is the report. You can see that my premium account has just been activated, because I completed the first mission, namely being among the top 5 players by prestige points. In the report details we can see that it is still a standard account, and this is my credit amount at that time. And this is footage of my last battle the next day. At that time my day was not good and quite busy, and I didn't manage to complete the mission on time, so I had to play the last 5 battles without a premium account including this one. And this is the battle results report. You can see the amount of my credits now, but to be honest it's not just from this event, because there are around 250,000 credits from reserves and some from playing with other tanks that I'm grinding. But I also haven't finished all the missions, because I have one last mission left, where I will get 150,000 credits and 3 days of premium account after completing it. And this is one of my tricks, because today I have completed all the daily missions from the premium account, so I postponed getting the premium account, and will take it later after the reset. If you don't understand, I will explain the trick in more detail in another video, including several other tricks to be more effective and economical. Because I realized that the previous data was incomplete and inaccurate, in the second week I focused on playing for 2 hours, to get more accurate information to complete this video. You can see that all the weekly missions have been reset and I haven't done anything yet. And this is my credit amount before starting to play. Here is a little footage from my first battle, and here is the report. My premium account just became active after this battle. You can see my credit is minus in this report because previously I played without a premium account, so it's important to remember that it's best not to play this mode without a premium account because generally it will be minus credit. We can clearly calculate that there is a total of 500,000 credits from all these rewards, and that does not include credits from battle results and booster bonuses. So to get more credits and experience points I will activate all 3 boosters, and luckily I didn't forget this time to activate them early. This is footage of a battle where I have used the booster twice, which means 2 hours of booster, and when I started the battle there was only 5 minutes left. And right after this battle was over my booster ran out. You can see this notice where my booster has run out, and my premium account still has 22 hours remaining. But unfortunately I haven't finished the last mission, and just need one more victory. Because I only needed one more win, I didn't activate the booster again in the next battle, because it would be wasteful to activate the booster if it was only for one battle. And this is a report from the battle where my team managed to win, if we calculate the total time from the start of playing around less than 2 hours 10 minutes, but I also spent some time being a spectator in several battles after my tank was destroyed, and if I didn't do that the time will be less than 2 hours. So 2 hours is a common time to complete all these missions, and I think everyone will be the same. Even if there is a difference it won't be that significant. And you can see my current credits. And this is the previous amount. If we calculate then the total I get is 1,115,000. So that's roughly the credits I can get every week from this event just by playing for 2 hours, although that amount won't always be the same. Because it depends on the results of the battle too, such as how much damage we get, how much gold ammo is used, how much damage to our tank and so on. As we know, the credit reward from weekly missions is only 500,000, and daily missions are around 100,000, and that means around 500,000 of the total credits I got previously were the result of battles. Next I have some fighting tips for this mode for beginners. Before starting you will be given 40 seconds to change vehicles, and you can think about what type of vehicle is most suitable for that map. The rules of the battle are simple, the same as other battles, namely destroy all enemy tanks or capture a base. The only thing that is clearly different is the number of players, which is only 7 players. The general type of vehicle that should be used in this mode is a heavy or tank destroyer that has armor, because this mode is specifically for close combat. And if any player uses a sniper tank that has no armor, even though it can initially shoot from behind, they will eventually be forced into close combat. This is an example of several incidents I experienced, where there were players who used Tank Grill 15. At first everything went quite well, until finally the enemy got the chance to sneak up and hit us from behind and destroy us one by one, and finally only Grill remained. And this is what happened next. And this is another incident even though it is in the same map. At first I thought this would end in victory because the enemy only had a little HP left, and it only took one shot to destroy him, whereas Grill was previously full HP. And apparently this is what happened. If you think this incident is because he is a bad player or beginner, then you need to look at his statistics. Luckily time ran out and it ended in a draw, otherwise maybe it would have ended in defeat. This is another incident where the results are worse than before because the enemy still has 4 players left. But that's not the worst, because there are still far worse incidents. In this battle, at first I wanted to help in the middle, until I looked at the mini-map and realized that one of my teams was being attacked by 2 enemies, so I thought about helping. Meanwhile, pay attention to the position of this player who is using Grill. When I got to the position to help my team member, unfortunately it was too late and his tank had already been destroyed. Because it was impossible to face these 2 enemies alone, I tried to retreat, but unfortunately it turned out that there were also enemies behind me. Previously I thought the player using Grill would guard from the back, but it turned out I was wrong, the player went somewhere. In this situation there was nothing else I could do, because I was surrounded by 3 enemies. Actually I didn't want to blame the player, because I thought maybe he didn't understand the game and needed to learn, but apparently I was wrong again, because it turned out to be that player just a coward and a fool. I say that not without reason, because it's true. Look at the way he ran away. He didn't even try to help when we were all surrounded by enemies. Maybe he was too afraid of his tank being damaged or destroyed, and what's worse is that he blamed the others about what happened. In several previous clips, I think the players who used Grill played quite well. They tried to protect or capture the base and put up a fight against the enemy. And what did this player do? Look at this coward, he just stayed there until the end and didn't try to do anything when the base was captured. At first I ignored him because I'm not a spoiled person who likes to complain about stupid people, and I continued my game to the next battle. And in the next battle I got a good team with perfect match results, where none of us were destroyed. And after that I saw the message sign flashing. I think you have guessed who the message was from. I knew it was from a player in the previous battle, but at first I wasn't sure from which one, so I checked the previous report. And it turns out it was from the cowardly player from before. And you need to know that this often happens, and generally it won't be much different from this incident. People who often complain and like to send messages like that are just cowards who like to find other people's mistakes, and they don't see their own mistakes. You can see that guy's statistics. Even though his statistics look pretty good, he always plays like a coward, and unfortunately most old players who often talk and think about statistics play like that, don't care about their team and only think about themselves and their statistics. You can ignore messages like that if you want, but I'd rather make someone like that angry, and hope their blood pressure will go up and then they'll have a stroke or heart attack and something like that. And this is what happened next. I think his brain went wrong after I made him even angrier. You can try this method if you want, and for me this is also the fun part of this game.
Dormirse en la cama, darse prisa en tu alma, ratoncito en el club, no heroica, glu glu glu. Con Pau O'Malley, ratoncito le gusta danza cuando estudio en la escuela. Pajarita se cubre botín cuando visita a su abuela. Si necesita una amiga, debe hablar con ratoncito. Si quieres ser mi amante, debe ser alta y delgadita. Lunes, martes, ratones, pez. Miércoles, jueves, todo. Lunes, martes, ratones, pez. Miércoles, jueves.
I think I have managed to seriously damage his brain, because he can only write a few words over and over again. Actually, this is quite fun, but unfortunately I have to ignore it because there are many other more important things I have to do. Let's continue with the next tip on using medium tanks. Using medium tanks is fine as long as there aren't too many, and if there are too many there will usually be players asking you to change vehicles. The number may be 2 and a maximum of 3 depending on the size of the map, and for larger maps medium tanks will be more effective as long as they are played correctly. We know that medium tanks have an advantage in terms of speed when compared to heavy tanks and destroyers, so when playing a medium tank you have to use this advantage well, such as carrying out sieges from the side or trying to infiltrate the enemy's rear. So don't just sit at the back and sniping, and don't be too far from the team, because you also have to try to distract the enemy by showing your position. This is a bad example of a medium tank player, where he is just sniping and is too far away. Pay attention to Progetto 65's position. He is playing like a tank sniper and he is too afraid to approach while the mini-map shows all the enemy positions, or all the enemies are on lines A and D. I think he played very badly, even though at first we won the damage points, but in the end we were surrounded, and Progetto 65 didn't care about that and just farmed. So far everything is fine, and I thought Progetto 65 would have the courage to come closer and help, but he still doesn't care and is too scared. A match that previously had a big chance of winning finally changed drastically. And I have to praise the Progetto 65 player from the enemy side because even with his HP dying he had great courage and was able to see or look for an opportunity to ambush. If you think the Progetto 65 player is a beginner, you are wrong, because we can see the System Elite mark near his vehicle icon, and here are his statistics. And to be honest, I didn't expect it and almost couldn't believe it when I saw that he had played that vehicle in more than 4,500 battles. The players on the team blamed him and I think we all agree on that. I could send toxic messages to him, but I won't because I don't like that and have never done that until now, and I will only learn from his mistakes so as not to make the same mistakes, and I hope you do too. Actually, there is still a lot of information that I can convey, but I still have things to do to support my family. If you think videos like this are quite useful, don't forget to give your support so that I will be more enthusiastic about editing videos. To support, you can like and share this video, and the best thing is to give super thanks to my video or send it to my PayPal account. The link is in the channel description. If you are still interested in me continuing to discuss this video, then I will make a second part, but for that I need to know your opinion, and you can leave your comments below. Thank you for watching until the end. See you soon.